What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and it is my pleasure today to share with you the Colombian Lemurian Quartz Crystals. I was very lucky to get my hands on this very small parcel of Colombian Lemurian Quartz in Tucson, Arizona, and man, oh man, I've just realized what I found. Okay, you're in Tucson, you're surrounded by thousands, hundreds of thousands of different crystals, and you can't really get a sense of one particular crystal until you take it home with you. I've taken home these Colombian Lemurians, and I've gotten used to them. I've worked with them, and holy cow, I want to share them with you. This is probably for me, right? Crystals are different for everyone, but for me, this is probably the top variety of quartz I've ever worked with, period. Right, I've worked with Herkimer's, I've worked with Arkansas, I've worked with, all the quartzes, right? A zestulite quartz. I've worked with all the quartzes, not all, obviously, but I've worked with a lot of them, and I have to say that this is probably the highest vibe quartz there is. I mean, Herkimer's, every crystal has a different vibration, and these aren't like the highest vibration necessarily, but oh my goodness, for me, this is one of the nicest energies I've ever had the pleasure of working with. Basically, what these are, they're quartz crystals that are found in Colombia, and they were searching for emeralds, and they found these one day, and they noticed that the crystals from this location in Colombia had Lemurian striations and absolutely phenomenal clarity. And people started working with them and realized very quickly that these are some very high vibration crystals. I mean, you just hold one and you do not want to put it down. They are filled with rainbows that the camera can't even capture. Oh, here's a rainbow right here. I don't know what to say. Oh my goodness, guys, this looks like the fireworks going off in this crystal right here. They have all sorts of rainbows. They have fantastic clarity. They have very sharp Lemurian type lines, and they have this vibration that is just out of this world. When you hold one, it feels sort of like riding a unicorn. That's the best way I can describe it. With the rainbows and the sharp lines and the clarity, it has such a high vibration that is just really out of this world. And I did some research and I worked with them a little bit, and they're called by many names. Most people call them Colombian Lemurians. Some people call them just Colombian quartz. Other people call them blades of light. And I was doing some research into this, and I absolutely understand. They are like blades of light. It's like holding light energy encapsulated in a rock is kind of what it feels like with these. And I really understand what people are saying when they refer to them as blades of light. I did some research, and people have been using these for a while to really heal both emotionally and physically. And physically, it said that these crystals help with respiration. They help you to breathe if you have any respiration problems, or if you have any breathing or lung issues. These are a fantastic crystal to work with. I personally prefer scolecite, but that's just my personal opinion as far as the breath work goes, or maybe ocean jasper. But these are pretty powerful too. They do resonate with the higher chakras, and they're more for opening up the higher chakras, I would imagine. Now, although they do, it's clear quartz, so it resonates with all the chakras, but these especially are such high vibration that I would use these to open up the crown and the throat and the third eye chakra mostly. And they're just such powerful, positive energies that they really help to cut through negative belief patterns, negative energy, and they help people to find their soul's purpose. At least that's what's written about them. I haven't worked with them long enough to corroborate any of that, but that's what people say that they're for, and I definitely do believe it. There's something about them. Hopefully you can see through the pictures. This one's got some inclusions on them. I'm not sure exactly what inclusions those are, but look at those Lemurian lines, Lemurian striations. For those of you who don't know, Lemurians were found in the Minas Gerais state of Brazil. And what they were is they were just digging for something else, and they found these quartz crystals near the surface, and they had these Lemurian striations, and no one really knew what they were until the metaphysical people started working with them and started accessing the barcode information. And the barcode information brought up a lot of information about Lemuria, the civilization known as Mu, and people would tap into these crystals and learn about all about Atlantis and Lemuria and these past civilizations that our recorded history has not acknowledged. And there's a whole lot of information about living a life based from the heart, right? The heart-based perspective society. And that's what Lemuria was. And that's what these crystals are here to teach us, is how to regain that lost knowledge. And that's what these striations, are for. It's if you can go into a meditation and run your finger along these barcodes. When you stop at one, you might get images or sounds or smells, depending on your psychic ability, of a past civilization. And a civilization that is something that we need to strive for, because they weren't logic based as much as we are now, and they weren't technology based as much as we are now. They were more heart based, and they were more in connection with the earth and with nature and with themselves and with their higher selves. And so that's what Lemurians help us to do. And those were found in Brazil, but later they found these in Colombia, and it's believed that the Lemurians left behind these crystals along major key ley lines on the planet so that we would rediscover them one day, access their information, and use that information to transform our society for the better. And I think we're at the beginning of that now. I think we're starting to realize that our society needs to change, and in order to do that, we need to return to our heart-based perspectives, and that's what these crystals are helping us to do. And so I think that the more of these crystals that get out into the world, the better for the whole planet. And so that's why whenever I see a Lemurians of this quality, I try to snatch them up. It's kind of taxing on the old bank account, but can you put a price on saving society? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think they're worth every penny, and these crystals are just, for me, the creme de la creme. They're the best of the best of the Lemurians. I mean Lemurians from Brazil are magical in their own right, and there's so many different types. There's smoky Lemurians, there's golden healers, there's pink Lemurians, there's red Lemurians, and they all have their place. But the place for these crystals, I think, is really for the higher chakras. If you're looking up to open up to source, to your higher self, to the spirit realms, this is a great crystal for healing and for accessing that knowledge. I mean, look at the clarity of this piece, the rainbows of this piece, and it's really hard to encapsulate all the rainbows on camera. For some reason, they're very hard to capture, and the camera just doesn't do these crystals justice. Hopefully you get a small sense of what they feel like energetically through your screen, but I don't think really anything compares to holding one and just the task, the impossible task it is to try to put one down once you picked it up. It's just so hard to put one down. You just want to hold it for the rest of the day. I don't know why. Like I said, it's like riding a unicorn into battle. Only the battle is when no one gets hurt and everyone has fun and loves each other. Basically is what it feels like. So yeah, I just wanted to show you these. I'm relatively new to them, so I'm very excited about them. Hopefully I can get more in the future. I only have these small handfuls that you see before you. I actually already sold one, so I was kind of sad about that. But they went to a good person, so they know how to use it, so I was happy about that. But yeah, these are the Colombian Lemurians. Oh my goodness. Just listen to the birds praise these crystals. Even they love them. How could you not? And all of these crystals are available in my shop at the time of this recording. They're not cheap, but they're not prohibitively expensive either. Yeah, you can do your research and shop around. There's not too many on the market, but the ones that are just all spectacular. They're all filled with rainbows, and they have fantastic clarity and the Lemurian energy. You can find these in my crystal shop, in my Etsy shop. The link is in the description box below, as well as other crystals, of course, that you can peruse and look at. And oh my, I can't get over these crystals. I am sold. I am sold on the Colombian Lemurians. I hope you are too. And I hope that if you get a chance to just work with one, or at least have one, hold one at least, I hope that you take that opportunity, because you won't regret it. These crystals are absolutely magical. So that's going to be the video for me. I want to thank you for watching. Hope you'll leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Happy crystalling. Peace.